everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a break from doing our steel guitar because we're getting behind on some other stuff. So let me show you what we got going on here. So this is our Symmetris model. This is just a reclaimed pine version because this is kind of 2.0. I've got a lot of changes going on in this particular model and I didn't want to use a real expensive piece of wood to make mistakes with. It's all symmetrical body, hence the name the Symmetris, but this time we did a fully cut through hole through the body, which we're going to string the strings through the back. All these plates and stuff are getting made by hand by me. I don't have a computer or a CNC to do any of this, so all the stuff that you see, this is going to be a Telecaster style with the barrels, and this is just kind of a cool half moon pickup ring. I've never seen anything like that before. And whenever I go down to the metal place, the recycle place in Montrose, Colorado, Recla, I try and get some scraps from their scrap bin, and it's usually pretty useful stuff in there for me. So I'm going to be making some parts. This is going to be our string through from the back. The strings will go in this way, come at an angle up over on the other side. The strings will come up and then go across. And it'll be kind of cool because you'll see right through that. Let's make some parts and get caught up. Okay, I'm finally happy with that. I've gone through a couple different bridges on this. The idea originally was to have a rod going through with holes through it, and the tooling that I have, that wasn't really happening. So far, I'm happy with that. We've got our brass saddles. Will sit like that, tele style. And originally had this piece down here holding these on, but it's really hard to screw in. I don't like that, so I'm going to make an aluminum one that goes all the way down and loops around the back and bolts on, much like this piece does here. I'm going to go ahead and make another piece out of this same scrap right here. I should point out that anytime you're going to make part kind of like this for guitars or whatever it is, if you're doing big holes like radius cuts or, you know, like these aren't going to be holes. I'm going to cut across, but I wanted a nice radius. Always drill your holes first. Like when I did these big ones, I did this nice big circle first and then cut through it after that. It just makes it easier, and it also, before I even cut this off of this piece, I drilled those holes because it just gives you something to hold on to or clamp it down or whatever you need. So always drill your holes first. Well, hopefully by now you're kind of picking up what I'm putting down. I'm basically putting a twist on a tele bridge that is still a string through from the back, but it's visible, kind of like a trapeze on a Gibson. I haven't refined or polished anything because I just don't know if it's going to work. I'm just kind of going for it. I'm going to try and get the neck holes drilled. I need to make a plate for the back, which is our own thing that we do, a diamond design on there. And then I'll try and get that neck mounted up. But I want to get this strung up and see if this will work, because the angle of the dangle, it might still have some clearance issues. But if this works, it's going to be pretty cool. I want to talk a little bit about the hardware that you're going to get when you work on a guitar. A lot of times these screws that you're going to get, these tiny little guys, you got to be really careful with these, especially this neck is a Warmoth neck. You know, this can be $200 to $300 or more to get a nice neck. And you're going to be drilling your own holes to mount your own hardware, and you're going to want to oversize it just a little bit with your drill bit. I mean, look how tiny that thing is. But what you want to do is you want to size your drill bit up as much as you can, and you want to use a bar of soap, you know, thread it in there, pull up some of that soap, and you can see I've already got those in there, and they're not real tight because these are going to come out again, and it's also going to get lacquer, or maybe it's going to get painted or whatever. Drill your holes first, use the soap and see how it feels, and use a test piece as well. Like drill a hole, and if you've got maple or whatever, because these heads will just snap off so easy you won't even feel it. And then you've got a screw stuck in there flush, which you can get out, but it's just a big pain in the butt. So make sure that you slightly oversize your holes. The threads will grab, especially if you put finish in it. Just be careful with that, because you will cause yourself a ton of problems. It's happened to me, trust me. I'm already seeing the big string is hitting, so that needs to be filed. So we are not at string tension or tuned, but I want to see how this looks. Tons of fret tang too. Man, there's a ton of filing to get this right. Not enough clearance for this string to clear, especially the heavy string. There just needs to be a little more room filed. So here we are, strung up for the first time. I think it's pretty badass. There it is.